So let's have a look at the client record and the key information that's stored in the client record. What we've done is we've made it a tabbed layout in the record. So you've got the top tab here is Mr. Bear, and then within that we've got another set of tabs here that allow you to access other areas. So it's easy to get to the various activities that you're wanting to do within each client's record. And then within this client detail tab here, we've got another set of tabs here that just again allow you to get access to more detailed information at just a couple of clicks away from this main front client screen. So let's work through the record here and show you what is the key information on here. We track the inquiry source, and we don't just track where they heard about us, we also track where they captured our telephone number today. So the first time the client rings, we want to know, where did you first hear about us? So it may be that they heard about us from a friend, so you would mark this as a referral. And then, where did you find our number today? So it may well be that they did have a leaflet through the door, and that's what's prompted them to give you a call. So that's important when you start looking at the statistics, as where a client's actually getting your telephone number from, where a new client's getting your number from, where existing and referred clients getting your number from. And if you look at the reporting video, you'll see the information that's in there. The next box we've got here is the name and address details. Now the key thing about this information is that it's actually in the postcode address file format, or the PAF file format, which is the Royal Mail's preferred way of laying out the address. Make sure that any system you look at does that, because if you want to export your data or do mailings directly from within the system, if the address details are in this format here, the online providers such as DocMail or the Royal Mail or any of these companies that do the mail fulfillment will allow you the maximum discount possible if the address is in the correct format. So we've made sure that that's in there. The other thing that you can do is you can click this little button here that says Add Directions, and that will take you to this tab here. So if I click the button, it will take you to the Directions tab. If we go back to the address tab there, what that allows you to do is just add directions to the property. So as it says there, property is no number, but it's the one with the post box directly outside. And again, this is free text, so you can edit that as well. The other thing that's there is the View Address on Map. So you can click that and it will take you to Google Maps, and you can have a look at the address area, and if it's one of those that's been surveyed, you can actually go down to street level and view the street as well. So you can look if there's a difficult access and things like that if you're looking at your truck mount and what have you. Obviously we've got telephone numbers and emails. We separate them into home, work and mobile, and that just allows you to know where the number relates to. And also there's some other clever things that you can do with mobiles and things if they're in a specific field. The other thing on there, as you'll notice, is the email. We collect email addresses, and also there's a tick box on the end there. As you can see, it says email requested. Now it may well be that you've got clients that haven't got an email and you've asked them and they've said I've not got one. So we've put a little tick box there that you can put in if you've asked them and they've not got one. So if you put a tick in there, it just knows that when you open the record, if you see a blank field, you're not just going to keep asking them time and time again, have you got an email, have you got an email, because you'll see there that there's a tick in the box that says you've actually requested that, so obviously they don't have an email address. And then, as it says in there, essential information. In this edition, the pricing area is always set as local. The trading name will be whatever your license details were when you set those up. But we do allow you to choose the client type. So you can choose commercial, domestic, insurance, landlord, or whether they're a tenant. And you can choose those options in this client record here. So if then have a quick look at the main details tab here. This has got some of the same information on as the address tab, and this is where the record will open once the new client record's been created, because what you'll notice at the top here, right across the top, is the client's name, address, telephone number and email details are always visible right at the top of the tab. So whichever of these tabs that you're in, the client's record, the client's address and basic details are always visible immediately at the top of the screen there. So although there is some duplication on this main tab, what we're looking at is the client type. Again, if you could change that here if you wish. And also we allow you to mark whether or not you've used the truck mount, whether there's no access, or whether it's not suitable for the truck mount to be used in. So in this instance we've used the truck mount, so we mark that in there. So that if you're going back to this client and you operate a couple of teams and one of them uses truck mount, one doesn't, you can make sure that you send the guys that have got the truck mount. The other thing that you'll see in here is the do not reasons here. So this is how you can manage your unsubscribes and things like that. So we've got do not mail shot, no telesales, no email, and no daily marketing. So you can put a tick in this box here and actually enter a reason here as to why they don't want any sales calls or they don't want any emails. So that's just something that we've built in there to allow you to manage unsubscribes. Okay, so we've briefly touched on the directions tab. That's the free text box. That will actually automatically print onto the system generated job sheets. So if you pop that in here, that will automatically come out on those. If you're going out to do a quote, you can perhaps have that printed onto a form that so you can find the property easily that way. We've got this tab here as well that says quote. Now these are the comments and testimonials that people give you. You can put free text in here. Great job, would recommend to friends. And you can also in this section here use the use quote comment. If you can put a tick in the box there, that shows that the client's given you permission to use these comments in advertising and things like that. So that's the quote tab that's on the client record there. The other one in here is groups, and we allow you to capture some basic demographic information in here. We allow you to capture a birthday and a birth month, so you know the day and month that your client's birthday is, and also some demographic groups. So have they got a baby? Is it a bungalow? Have they got children? Is it first floor flat, house, pets, retired, short notice offer? And these allow you to do mailings, some of the other editions based on the information that you capture. But at least in this free edition you can start to capture that information. So if you do step up to one of the other editions where you can start to do the clever mailings, this information's there ready for you. And I think the only other thing that I've not really touched on yet, if we go back to that main tab there, is the section at the top here that's sort of key information at a glance. Within this top section of the record, you can see the average job spend, how much they've spent over the last 12 months, what their total spend is, and the system tracks all this in the background. And again, it starts to allow you to do some marketing when you're ready in some of the other editions based on some of this information that's here. So the last job date, the last quote date, how long it is since you contacted them, and things like that. So just key information that's always visible on this client details tab, no matter what tab that you're in on this section here. And the only other thing really is the contact log on the right hand side here. The system will automatically keep track of the quotations and jobs, and just pop those on here and you'll see those building up. So at a glance you can see a very brief job history there, or quote history, certainly contact log of the activity from a job and quote point of view on the client record. So that's it, that's the key information within the client record. Have a look at some of the other videos and that'll explain some of the other features.